What's up YouTube? Yoke Gang, welcome back to the channel. Today we are making Rabo Encendido, translated in English, oxtail, but Cuban style. Don't go far, you don't want to miss it. Alright, welcome back. Let me give you a little backstory about this Rabo Encendido recipe. This recipe is my father's recipe. My father passed 10 years ago this month. I have not made this since then. Now, I just wanted to bring you into our culture. My father is Cuban and he was a beast at making this recipe. So I'm going to share that with you because this is a quite near and dear recipe for me, and my first time making it again is with you guys. So this is what we're going to need. You're going to need some oxtail, fresh oxtail. Doesn't matter the size or the cuts that you choose, it's fine. You're going to need a bottle of Budweiser, 2 to be exact. You're going to need some cooking wine. You're going to need sweet pepper, bell pepper, green pepper, whatever you call it. An onion, some garlic, a Scotch bonnet pepper, some oil, some bouillon. It doesn't matter if it's the cube or in powder, however you choose. You can have that. Some complete seasoning, black pepper, tomato paste, some fresh thyme, bay leaves, and some sazon. Now, I know you see the plantains here. These plantains are going to be for our side dish with white rice, and I'm ready to eat. So ready, let me prep and we'll be right back. Okay, we have all our vegetables cut. We have green pepper, yellow and orange pepper, some scallion. I didn't mention that earlier, but I found some scallion. And I have 2 nice round big, as you can see how big that onion the onion was cut up already. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is we are going to it's already been washed and cleaned. A lot of the fat has already been trimmed off, but I am going to boil I'm gonna run it in the pressure cooker until it comes to a boil. When the pressure cooker starts to actually scream, we'll take that off. So we're not cooking it at this point. We're just going to draw out the blood out of the meat so that we don't have that frothy white foam in our food. All right, so I'm just going to transfer these into the pressure cooker. We're not seasoning anything yet. We're just still in the cleaning part of this meal. Okay. Just gonna line them up a little bit. If you don't have a pressure cooker, that's fine. I just find the meat comes out a lot more tender and the cooking time is reduced by a whole lot. You're not in the kitchen all day trying to cook some oxtail. All right, I lined my bowl with a little bag so that cleanup is quick. Let me wash my hands really quick. All right, now to that I am going to add my bottle of Budweiser. And I'm going to add my cooking wine. Get this open. Give or take 1 to 2 cups. You're gonna get rid of the liquid that yields off of this, so you don't worry about what's in there. You're just gonna get rid of that. Okay. That was about 2 cups. All right, we are going now. If you are unfamiliar with how to use a pressure cooker, I advise you to be extremely careful. These things are notorious for blowing up in the kitchen. Once your pressure cooker starts screaming and your dowel starts dancing, you cannot touch this pot until you see this little indicator right here. If the indicator is up, that means the pot is pressurized. If you open that pot, you will be in a world of trouble because you will, I would say, critically hurt yourself. Once the dowel is down, it'll let you know that the pressure has been released and you can function with your pot. And also make sure that it is closed, nice and tight. Our dowel is on, and we are going to turn this on about medium-high. You know what? Let me switch. Let's put this over here. About number 7. Let's turn this around this way so we don't have an accident and miss and hit that while this is going. Okay, so that is the first step. Let's let that register. I'm gonna let you guys catch up to speed, and we'll be right back. Okay, so while we're waiting on our pressure cooker, we are going to peel our green plantains. We are going to make tostones. We have some water, and I am going to salt the water because I am going to transfer my plantains, my green plantains, into that salt water. Now, if you're not familiar with tostones, well, green banana is different from your regular banana. The green banana has to be cooked versus your sweet banana or your regular banana you can eat as a fruit raw. So if I'm not mistaken, green bananas are more of a vegetable, maybe? Yeah. Uh-oh. So the skin is quite firm and hard. And you're just going to peel that back. Ooh. Like so. Okay. And this you're going to cut into maybe, let's get that off, 1.5 inch pieces. Maybe. Add this to the water. And we're going to do the same with the second banana. And how this is going to work is we are going to fry it twice. We're going to fry it to the halfway cooked point. We're going to take it out of the grease. We're going to smash it and then recook it again. Or put it back into the oil so it can finish cooking. Very good. If you don't know about tostones, I'm not sure how you say it in English. Squish banana, maybe. Plantains, green plantains, fried green plantains. Now this is different from the plátanos maduros. The plátano maduro is the yellow banana that almost looks rotten because the skin has gotten so black, and the actual banana is caramelized inside. It's, well, when you put them in the grease, it kind of makes the sugars of the banana just explode, and it caramelizes them while they're frying. And those are really good too, but I couldn't find any sweet bananas, sweet plantains to make maduros. Okay, so that's in the salt water. We're going to let that sit for a second. We're going to put, let me put this in the garbage and clean up a little bit. Get our frying pan. Now, you know what? I'm not going to fry these just yet because we do have a little ways to go with our pressure cooker. But besides that, I guess I've given you enough backstory about my father. Yes, he was Cuban. He passed about 10 years ago. And like I said, he was a beast at this meal. 2 things that he couldn't make, no, maybe 3 things that he was a bad behind in the kitchen was shrimp Alfredo, pasta, oxtail, and black beans. That was it. So this is his recipe, and if you guys try it, let me know. I would really appreciate that, just to know that you guys tried that, because y'all look like y'all like to eat like me. Thank y'all so much for all the support on my last cooking video, our Cajun, and I stand corrected. I do apologize if I offended anybody by calling it Cajun. It was Creole, Creole seafood cornbread dressing. I did not mean that in any way. I do thank everybody who came into the comments and corrected me respectfully. I appreciate that a lot. I'm always open to learn and understand cultures, and that's nothing that I would ever want to do is disrespect anybody's culture. So thank you for allowing me to make this meal and represent your culture, and I wanted to make sure that I represented you guys again. So we got a little rumble going on here. So in a moment, this pod indicator here should pop up, and this dowel, I mean, would that be called a dowel? I'm not even sure what this little dancing thing is. It's going to start to dance, and you're going to see a whole bunch of steam start flying out of there. So again, they do have electrical pressure cookers that you can use, and they would be a lot, I wouldn't say easier, because I don't know how, I'm sure the dials on them will let you know what the temperature is and all that good stuff. But this is a good old-fashioned, my mama's pressure cooker. I think this pressure cooker is about old as me, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a nicely seasoned pressure cooker, so it's gonna go well. But anyway, let's give this a few more minutes and we'll be right back. Okay, so take a look at the water that the plantains have been in. See all this cloudy stuff? The salt water is pretty much just taking out that extra, I wouldn't even know, I can't even tell you why. I'm just saying this is just to wash them, but I know I saw my mother and my father use the same technique. And if the saltiness of the water can actually, if the plantain can absorb the salt water, it's best for, you know, for taste as well. So we have our, we're gonna get ready to do our first fry, and take a look here now. You see that thing indicator popped up? So that's letting me know that that is under pressure and it's going to get ready to start. But we're not going to let it actually, it's not in a cooking state. We're actually just cleaning the oxtail. Alright, so I have my plantains rinsed, got rid of that salt water, and we are going to put some oil in this pan so that we can fry them. This is the first fry. They are going to actually go back into the grease another time after we smash them. But we're just trying to get ahead of the game here, because we're going to get ready to throw this liquid off and get ready to start cooking that. This shouldn't take too much longer because this pot was already getting, that frying pan was getting hot. How are you guys doing today? Is everybody doing okay? If you're just joining, please hit that thumbs up for me. I really appreciate it. What are you guys having for dinner today? What are you guys eating? Or what are you guys planning to cook today? Or if you have any ideas of what it is that I should cook or what I should try, let me know. Oh, and another reason why I chose the oxtail. I'm sorry, I don't remember your name, but you are a cattle farmer. and you asked me to come up with a beef recipe because you have so much beef and you've run out of ideas. This is an excellent recipe for you to try, and please try it and let me know how it goes. I wish I remember your name. Jeez. Okay. Because we're going to put these in water, I'm going to let these, not in oil, I said in water. Because we're going to put these in oil, I'm going to get some of this water off of it, because I don't want them to make a really big. Oil and water do not go well. And like I said, I know we've all been popped by hot grease before, but I'm not trying to go through that today. Okay, we're going to pat these dry. I don't know if you can hear that. Okay, so right now this has been, you actually want to take count in the time when it actually is under pressure. So from the time that it's under pressure, maybe 10-15 minutes until it's a roaring boil under pressure. You're going to turn it off. We're going to throw that beer and wine off, and then we're going to put another bottle of beer, 1 cup of wine, and all of our vegetables and seasoning, and then we're gonna get the cooking process started. But before then, we are going to first fry our plantains. Very simple. I actually cut them, I halved the size that I did originally to speed up the cooking, to make sure that it cooks fairly quickly for you guys. I'm not going to keep y'all too long today. Okay, get rid of this. Get a fresh paper towel because you want to drain that plantain once it comes out of the grease. Let me get another piece because that's not big enough. All right. If you're just now joining us, we are cooking Rabo Encendido. Well, yo, what is Rabo Encendido? Rabo Encendido is oxtail. This is a Cuban style, my father's recipe, and I'm sharing that with y'all. The pork. And we're also going to make some white rice. I have difficulties making rice on the stove, so we are going to use the rice cooker. Very simple. A lot of people do 4 cups of rice, 3 cups of water, 4 cups of rice, 4 cups of water, 4 cups of rice, 5 cups of water. I don't like friendly rice, so I do equal parts rice, equal parts water. And you'll get your individual grains at that point. All right, our oxtail has been on long enough. I am going to turn this off. I'm going to let the pressure reduce because, like I said, you cannot touch this pot at this point. You will be in big trouble. A lot of trouble. So while we do that and wait on this to cool a little bit, we will be right back. Okay, our first fry on our green plantain is done. You want to brown them on both sides. You're going to turn your grease off. And while we were frying these, I also threw the first batch of beer and wine. I threw that off. And we are going to get ready to deal with this in a moment. But before that, before these cool, let me show you how to smash them. for the tostones. Okay. I don't know what this is called. El plastador, the smasher. We're just gonna smash them. So you're gonna place your cut green plantain on there, and you're just gonna smash it just like that. Now, it's halfway cooked. It's not cooked all the way through. You are going to second fry it. So you're going to fry it for the second time, and it's going to be cooked thoroughly. So we're going to just smash these up like that. But we're not going to fry them right now. We're going to wait until closer to time for the meal to be finished, because we still got to cook some rice and get our oxtail going. But you want to do this while they're still warm. I don't know if you guys ever had plantain chips. This is exactly what it tastes like, except they're not as crispy as a chip. Okay. If you're just now joining, we are making Rabo Ensendido, Cuban style oxtail. And this is called tostones. This is twice fried green banana. We have done our first fry already, and we are smashing them, getting them ready for our second fry. You just want to get ahead of the game because this takes a little bit of time. All right, I won't continue to bore you with this. I'll be right back. Okay, so all we did was pretty much get a lot of that extra grease off of the oxtail, because oxtail is pretty fatty. So the beer and the wine kind of just, it lets off a quite yucky looking stuff. So all I did was throw that stuff off. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to put in a cup and a half of cooking wine. That's 1.5. Perfect. 1.5 cups. Hey, this is just a drizzle. 1.5 cups. We are going to add another beer. We are going to add a tablespoon of chicken bouillon. About a tablespoon of complete seasoning. Now, about a 1/2 tablespoon of black pepper. A few bay leaves. They're kind of big, so we'll just do 2. I don't like that one either. I just had a nice one. Okay, 2 bay leaves. 2 bay leaves. And 1 packet of sazon. Any type of sazon is fine. It could be sazon Goya. Bahia, whatever. We're gonna put in our scallion. I'm gonna put all that in because it wasn't much. Now I'm only gonna put half of my onion because once we get this to the halfway cooking point, I'm gonna take it out of the pressure cooker and then put it on a regular pot on low heat until we finish the cooking process. All right, half of my onion. We're gonna put half of our green pepper and yellow pepper. Minced garlic. I like garlic, so I'm gonna put about, that's about 4 cloves of garlic. And you do not need to add any more liquid. You have enough liquid in the bottom of your pressure cooker. Let's just give this a nice stir. Distribute everything evenly over the top. And we are going to let that go. We're going to cook it under pressure for about 30 minutes. Close it, medium-high heat, and don't forget to put your little whistler if you have a regular pressure cooker. Okay, we got that going. We have our tostones first fried and mashed, waiting for the second fry, but we're not going to do that until we get our rice done. I'm going to walk you through how I cook my rice, and let me get cleaned up and we'll be right back. Okay, so in my ricer pot, I have 3 cups of washed jasmine rice. I wash my rice about 3 times or until the water turns clear, because I just need to see clear water. Okay, so I said 3 cups of rice to 3 cups of water. 1, 2, and 3. Now, a secret, it doesn't necessarily even have to be a cup. Whatever you use to measure your rice in, a lid of some sort. If this is the amount of rice that you put into your pot, this is the equal amount of water that you should use. So that's just a little trick. Okay, so, and to this, okay, I only lift that up so I can get the loose grains of rice that were hanging around the pot. I am going to add some salt. And some olive oil. I don't like friendly rice, so just going to give that a quick little mix. See, even when I mix it, my water still doesn't turn cloudy. And I am going to put it into the ricer. Slam, bam, thank you, ma'am. Plug her in. White rice. Uh-oh. Push the stop. Okay. White rice and start. And that will be done in about 25 minutes. Just that easy. All right. Now, after all that time, we're just now getting some pressure in our pot. Now, from this point, I am going to set my timer for about 25 minutes. And just hold that down until we finish that halfway cooking spot. Now we are going to, we do have some new friends here on the counter. We have onion powder, garlic powder, some more garlic. So what we're going to do is, once we transfer this into our pot for the second half of the cooking, we are going to taste it, make sure it doesn't need any more salt, pepper, anything else. We're going to add in the rest of our vegetables and let it go low and slow for about another 30 minutes. And at that point, everything should be done. We'll come back and second fry our plantains, and we'll be ready to eat. I hope you guys are hungry because I am. Don't go far. Okay, so after further thought, I decided to let it go for an extra 15 minutes. So let's say about 45 minutes, because the size of the oxtails were pretty thick. Now, our ricer just stopped, so we're on good time. And let's check our rice out without bumping that. All right, a quick trick to keeping your rice fluffy: don't stir your rice with a spoon, use a fork. Okay, so I'm just going to give it a little stir. Nice and fluffy rice. Okay, you can close that, and you can just leave it on. You don't have to unplug it. It'll just continue to keep the rice warm. All right, so we turned that fire off, and now very carefully you're going to just, if you have a flat surface stove, just push it over out of the way so that you can use the other eye on the stove. All right, so now this is the second half of the cooking of the oxtail. Okay. Si la olla no luce así, la comida no tiene sabor. What I said was, if your pots don't look like this, your food don't taste like nothing. Very seasoned pots. Okay, so to this pot now, I am going to add, we're going to put it on about medium heat. We're going to give it a second to catch up. I'm going to add a little bit of oil and the rest of our vegetables, because we're going to make the base now, la salsa. And when I say salsa, I'm not meaning chips and salsa. I'm meaning salsa, the gravy for the oxtail. And the Cuban style oxtail, it has a tomato paste base. So that is going to be our base for our gravy. All right. Okay, that's hot. Just a little bit of oil. We're going to put our pepper in last because we want to keep the heat levels under control. Our rest of our onion, our green pepper, red pepper, and our garlic. About 2 more cloves of garlic. Alright, and while we're doing this, we're waiting for our pot to cool so that we can transfer some of that liquid into our salsa. Just going to get these a little translucent. Let these cook down a little bit. You hear that? Now we cooking with fire. Okay, and I know I may sound like I'm repeating myself, but if you're just now joining, we are making Cuban style Rabo Encendido. That means Cuban style oxtail. My dad's recipe. Alright, we're going to give this a second to cook up, and we'll be right back. Okay. So, our pressure cooker has cooled. And let's take a look at this. Ooh! Look at that. It's not finished yet. But doesn't that look amazing? Alright, so back to the salsa. I am going to use about, let me see, 2 teaspoons. 2 heaping teaspoons of tomato paste. Now you want to cook your tomato paste because tomato paste is very bitter. So we're just going to incorporate the paste with our vegetables. And then slowly add liquid. The same liquid from the oxtail to the pot. Okay, we just cooking the tomato paste down. Now this, I wish you guys can smell. This smells amazing. Okay, don't worry about it looking like it's burning or sticking to the bottom. We're going to add some liquid to it, and that's going to come right up. Okay, so with your big spoon, you're just going to get a little bit of this liquid. Shoot. And you're just going to add that in slowly. To your pot. To that. Keep. My spatula is not getting my drippings like I want. It's okay. I know the metal spoon and the metal pot, the metal shards, it's okay. You can do this how you please. All right, we're going to get a little bit more liquid. I need to grab this pot. Okay, Okay, and you're going to keep doing this a few more times until you get it all cooked down. Alright, so we're going to add some thyme. About a tablespoon or half a tablespoon of onion powder. Half a tablespoon of garlic powder. And mix that all in. Let's get some more liquid. Make it a mess. Alright, so all of your drippings at the bottom of the pan or the pot, you want to just scrape them up. That's where all your flavor is. Alright. Oh, that smells so nice. Everything up. Alright, let's get some more liquid. Remember, good food ain't fast and fast food ain't good. So be patient with your food. And trust me, you will not regret the results. Okay. We are going to transfer in our oxtail. Let's get all this up off the side of our pot. Make a nice bed for it to lay in. And we're going to bring them over. If I can do this without making a mess. Alright, so once you get everybody nice and comfortable, alright, a spatula, and we'll get all this out of here. Okay. And we're going to give this a quick stir. Oh, stir. Let's turn our fire down a little lower. How does that look? All right, we got our fire on. I don't know if y'all remember me telling you this eye right here is a quick boil eye. So this eye gets very, very hot. So you putting it on 1, it's still managed to keep this type of boil. So you want to keep your fire quite low. Ooh. Did I get that on my clothes? All right. So from this point on, we are going to cover that up and let it go for about 20 minutes. Cover that up. I gotta clean this up. All right, so when we come back in about 20 minutes, we are going to go ahead and start refrying. Okay, so let's take a look and see how this is looking. Boy, I know it may seem like there's a lot of oil. Had we not put the beer with the cooking oil in the pressure cooker for the first, maybe that was like 15-20 minutes, it would have been more, even more greasier than this looks. Okay, just make sure nothing's sticking to the bottom. Oh, this looks so good. All right. Now, I know probably some of my fellow Hispanics are going to say, well, where are the aceitunas? Where are the olives? I didn't have any olives to put in here. I do apologize. My apologies. That would have been the star of this for me, is the olives, because I love green olives. But that's not, we don't have any green olives today. And the pepper, we did not discuss this either. I just chose not to put it in there because I want to control the heat. I didn't want it to be too spicy. But anyway, it does give you additional flavor. You're more than welcome to add it. It would go extremely well. Now, we have our first fried green plantains, and we are just going to fry these up very quickly. They're already halfway cooked. We're just going to finish them up. And as soon as they come out of the grease, you want to sprinkle just a little bit of salt on them for taste. We got some Himalayan pink salt here for that. I cannot wait. They're going to turn brown very quickly. They're already brown, but browner. Alright, a quick flip. A minute or two. Get that out. Get this piece out too so it doesn't burn up the grease. Dang it. Okay, get this little one out. They're almost going to be like chips. A little bit of salt. This part does not take long at all. A little bit of salt. You want to put the salt on it while it's greasy so that it'll stick. Or whether, yeah, greasy. That makes sense. Add a few more. And by the time we're done with this, we should be ready to eat. Okay, so give me a minute and we'll be right back. All right, we got our last 4. Turn this off. Let's put a little salt on these. All right, so let's come back over here and see what's going on in this pot. Let's get this out of the way. Let's give this a stir. Wow, I wish you guys could smell this. So remember, our first round in the pressure cooker was just to release some of that extra grease and just foamy stuff that your meat lets off. It's pretty much like a wash. The second step was to actually cook it, kind of halfway cook it to where to make sure that your meat is tender. And then when you transfer it into your regular pot, this is where you want to make sure that the flavors are there and just pretty much simmer it out. So everything is nice and happy in the pot. All right. I think we're ready to eat, y'all. Let's take another look at our rice. That looks extremely good as well. Let's serve it up and see. Beautiful rice. Jasmine rice just has such a nice aromatic smell to it. I love jasmine rice. Let's get one of these nice pieces of oxtail. Let's put a little of this gravy on there. Let's cover that back up. Keep that going. And let's get a couple of tostones. Ooh, I wish you guys were here. Check that out. We have Cuban style oxtails with tostones and white rice. Try the gravy on the rice. My daddy would be proud. My daddy would be proud. Let me show you how tender this is. Now, oxtail has a lot of bone. Well, it's not a lot of bone. The bone is like in a T shape. So you have meat in the sections of it. But if you eat oxtail, you would say, girl, that fell off the bone. This makes me want to dance some salsa. Merengue. You guys, this is definitely a must try. Please try it. Let me know what you think. Because when I tell you this is good, the tostone, it's almost like a chip. Kind of crunchy with a soft center. I don't know how bad I just want to pick that up and just bite it for y'all. But it's too hot. But it's too hot. Yo, gang. Thank you for joining me on another episode of Yoki's Kitchen. I'm sorry I messed this plate up, but let me get another bite for y'all because it is so good. My pizza was hot, 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 hot. Yo, gang, I love y'all to pieces. Woo! Wait, it's hot. I'm sorry, but this is where I have to let you go. I have to tend to business. Y'all know I love y'all to pieces. Peace.